Mara's Life here. Yay, we got Matthew here today.
Hello.
And what we are talking about today is childhood anxiety.
Mm.
Oh boy. Uh-huh.
I'm alive, 6, 7, 8, feeling great. Now I'm gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine, and gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout, take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see, then come along with me, that's right. And if you want a good tomorrow, it's pretty simple, gotta find a way to follow. And if you do, you
So, we're going to talk about ways to help you manage anxiety with your children at home. So, Matthew, I wanted to invite you into the video today so
Thank
that
you.
you can join this conversation. Yeah. Everybody gets anxious at times. And when we're anxious, typically we're afraid of something, we're scared, we're fearful, we're worried about what could happen in the future. So that's what's at the root of anxiety is that fear of a negative outcome. And kids have a lot of pressures in their day-to-day lives.
Mm.
So what are some things that stress you out throughout the day, Matthew?
Mm. That's a good question.
Mhm.
Well, I know that our dog, and one of us always has to clean it up.
So when our dog makes a mess,
Yeah.
potentially at home,
Yep. Hmm.
or if there's like a lot of schoolwork we got to do,
Yeah.
or maybe if we have a test that we have to finish,
Yeah.
uh-huh, or if we have a bunch of chores and we don't know how we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Anything else kind of trigger you?
Uh, Arguments.
Arguments. Yes. Arguments with whom?
Just anybody.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we feel like we have to make a point and maybe that person isn't hearing us, or maybe we feel like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. So those types of things can make us feel very anxious, right? So here's the first tip that we're going to provide today is that you have to face your triggers. Whatever it is that's triggering your anxiety, address it, acknowledge it, tackle it head on. Mhm. What do you think of that? Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right. And then step 2 is to really help your child manage it. Talk about it, right? Doesn't it help when we talk it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
How's it feel when we can talk about what's bothering you?
Feels good.
Mhm. Mhm. And then the next thing that we do is we express positive, realistic expectations. So sometimes, kids, and you can tell me more about this if you like, but sometimes kids, we have expectations like, okay, I'm going to get a toy today. That's a real big expectation. And then sometimes life happens, and then we as parents don't communicate, like, hey, we don't have enough time to get a toy today. So the dialogue is important where you could communicate realistic expectations and talk about them. How's that feel? If you feel a little disappointed and maybe you can't get a toy?
Doesn't feel too good.
No, right. And see, these things can cause anxiety. So, what's anxiety feel like in your body?
Hmm. I mean, not too good.
Yeah. Do you feel restless? Like you have to walk around? Do you feel like you want to throw something? Do you feel like maybe, how do you feel in your body?
Uh, like that.
Yeah, tell me more.
Hmm. That's all, but there's something else I can think about.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Does it feel like electricity? Tell me more about how that energy of being frustrated or anxious feels.
Hmm. Probably frustrated.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Probably like I want to punch something
Yeah, that's okay. Tell us more.
or run or.
Yeah, like you want to run or punch something. hmm Do you get hot?
Mm-mm.
No. Does your heart race? Does it feel like your heart's beating fast?
No.
Do you feel like you have a headache?
Mm-mm.
Do you
No.
get dizzy?
No. No symptoms like that.
Does your tummy hurt?
Mm-mm.
Do you breathe fast? hmm Do you feel like tingling in your body or in your muscles?
Yeah, probably that. Yeah.
Yeah, see there. Do you sweat?
Uh, mm-mm.
Do you feel like you're out of your body? Like things don't feel real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, these are all symptoms that our body may experience when we're anxious. So, talk to your kids about these things so that they understand what they're feeling, you understand what they're feeling, and you can help them manage it. hmm Another tip is to reduce the anticipatory period. So, this means that, if there's something that you know may cause anxiety for your child, don't tell them 2 hours ahead you have to go do it. So, if you have a doctor's appointment and maybe they have to get blood work or a shot, and you know that shots get them really anxious, ooh,
Mm.
let's not start the morning with that because that whole day is going to be difficult, right? And you're going to feel kind of wound up and on edge. So reduce that period if you can. Manage that because that's just going to help everyone involved not feel as anxious. All right. So then I want to say this is the second to last point I want to make, but I want to say it's the most important point is that as parents, we have to model healthy behaviors. So we really have to show our kids how we manage our emotions when we are upset. And often the things that our kids do is a reflection of what we're doing in front of them.
Mm.
So if your kid is wilding out and maybe yelling and screaming and just having pitching a fit, think back. Have you done that recently? Have you done that behavior in front of them? And I hate to say it, this may be triggering for some of you. And even as a parent myself, I'm faced with this. We have to check ourselves. And in understanding how we're managing our anxiety, that'll help us understand how our children are managing their anxiety. Because kids do what they see, not what they're told all the time, you know? Kids listen and they learn through talking and communication, as we
Yep.
all do,
Mm-hmm.
but they also learn by watching. So, last but not least, breathing and counting. Breathing and counting. If
Mm.
you see your kid is wound up, start counting or model breath work. So let's breathe together, Matthew. So let's breathe. We're going to take some deep breaths in and out. And in and out. If you see your kid doing that, just start breathing and say, hey, would you like to breathe with me? And we're just going to breathe in and out. And you want to breathe in, breathe out. And make sure that breath goes deep in the belly because you want to take those deep belly breaths. And then counting,
Mm.
counting to 20, counting backwards from 20, all that
Yeah.
helps. So if you see that your child is getting anxious or wound up, we're help them work through it. And try not to yell. Yelling is when we give away our own peace due to whatever's happening in that moment. But if you can take a breath yourself, take a step back, look at the situation as a whole, you'll help your child learn how to do that too, right? How's it feel to be yelled at?
Horrible.
Yeah? Tell me more.
Horrible. Just horrible.
Yeah. Is there anything else you feel when you get yelled at? Anything you would like to say? It's okay.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yelling doesn't feel good. We don't like to, as adults, I don't know, like to get yelled at. In the workplace, if someone yells at you, how does that feel? So, yes, when we're trying to get our point across and we feel like we're repeating ourselves over and over and over again, this can be difficult for a lot of parents. Right, Matthew? Yeah, it can be difficult, but we definitely have to take a step back and manage our anxiety. And the more we manage our anxiety as parents, the more we're going to help our kids manage theirs. So we love you. We thank you for watching. And Myers
Myers Live.
Live.
Through those difficult issues associated with our children, work, finances, trust, and intimacy, I feel I achieved a closeness and a renewed commitment to my relationship. I highly encourage couples to face their challenges and give the Myers a call.
We want to thank the Myers for all of their support. We were on the brink of a divorce.
We just could not communicate. We would have the same argument over and over again.
But after a great deal of reflection, we actually enjoy being around each other again. You taught us skills that have helped us manage conflict.
Yeah, we had a great spiritual conversation with a couple that had vested interest in helping us find our peace.
As a startup entrepreneur, I have been able to leverage the Myers coaching. First of all, they are a sounding board for my personal anxieties as I develop and fine-tune my leadership. I would get so irritated. I now have a plan to manage my anger and a support system that holds me accountable. They are non-judgmental people with tremendous skill and talent, an asset for anyone trying to develop professionally.